Alright guys, so as you guys saw in the last video, we cracked the front bumper there on my Tundra. Now this is a very big accomplishment for me because I've never damaged my own vehicle at fault essentially. I've been involved in 2 accidents my entire life, and both those times I was hit at a red light, at a dead stop. The first one, they were doing 40 miles an hour in a giant Expedition. I'm in my 91 Camry. Anyways, the lucky part about the front bumper there on the Tundra is it comes apart in multiple pieces. So I ordered just the parts that I saw that were cracked, like the bumper corner there on the passenger side, as well as the trim piece there on the bumper that goes up into the grille surround. Pick up those 2 new parts and then see if there's anything else that we need. Nate should also be here pretty soon, and then we'll head down to the dealership after pulling off the front bumper and pick up our new parts. Let's get to it. Alright, so I'm gonna pull the front bumper off really quick, and it's pretty straightforward to do. There's some bolts down here, some bolts up top, some bolts down the sides. Fender flares come off as well, and this whole thing comes right off. And then we have a better visual of what's going on behind the face of the bumper here. Here's the good side right here, and then here's the damaged side on this side. We have a broken bracket. So we have a good bracket right here. This bracket's good, this bracket's good right here, and this bracket right here snapped clean off. So we're missing that. And then for the most part, everything else seems to be pretty much intact, except for it did snap right here. Small dent right there in the valance, and this tab popped out, but I popped it back in. That's holding on just fine. Could use some weld to reconnect it as a quick fix, but in the future, probably want to get a whole new support. Luckily, nothing on the truck itself was damaged. That's a good thing right there. There's no damage at all on the truck. That's a good thing. It's all here, and for the most part, it's just plastic. Honestly, it's all just like really flimsy, cheap feeling plastic stuff. Bumper here just comes off some screws, and this trim piece here just comes off with a couple tabs. That's super easy, and then we can just kind of put it back together, rewrap it, and see how it holds up. If it's too flimsy, then we'll get a bumper support sooner than later, but in the meantime, at least it'll look right. So I'm gonna yank this air dam off, this active air dam that comes down by itself when the truck reaches a certain speed, and I think it looks absolutely terrible for the rolling shots, and just in general, it looks really goofy when this thing engages. Pretty sure if I were to disengage the whole motor and remove every part of the air dam, it's probably gonna throw a code, and then we'll have lights on, and just the truck won't be happy. I'm pretty sure about that. So I might have to cut that swing arm off right there after removing the entire bulk of the air dam itself, and then we should be good to go. Hopefully it all works out and this thing is not visible anymore, because it looks terrible, dude. It looks terrible. I actually didn't realize this, but the valance does not need to come off first, because there's these 2 holes right here, which I didn't realize were there. They're kind of hidden. Those give us access to these 2 bolts right here, directly linked up to the motor by the swing arm right there in the middle. And there's 2 more swing arms, one on either side, that are attached to the bumper reinforcement here, with that 1 bolt right there on top. Ooh! And just like that, no more air dam. Let's go. But we have the motor here still. So trying to unhinge the swing arm from the motor actually didn't work out. It stayed connected somewhere else, like further up, and just got kind of loose and dangled when I pulled that bolt off right there. So I'm gonna leave it back in. I don't know how smart the computer is and knowing that there's something wrong. So I'm gonna leave that in there and just cut the plastic off right there, so when it does swing down, it just won't show at all, and the truck doesn't have any idea that anything's missing. Pulled up in that new. What is this, by the way?
An Elantra N.
Hyundai Elantra N. What's the N mean?
It's like
not slow.
What STI is to Subaru.
Yeah, right.
It's like their race division.
I like it though, all the red trims and whatnot. I heard you coming in though. Thing's loud.
Yeah, it actually sounds really good. This is probably the first car I'm not going to change the exhaust on.
No, you shouldn't. It pops too. Heard crackles pulling in. It's all stock.
It's loud.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This interior is clean. I'm getting race car vibes in here. Wow, for a Hyundai, it's sick. Not bad. So they call this actually a bumper molding. That's the piece that goes right below the grill surround. And that bumper corner is actually called a bumper extension. And there's part numbers right there for the extension as well as the molding. So pull these old parts off right here off of the bumper. It's kind of funny how this came in a giant Ziploc bag. That is hilarious. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna pull off these bad parts right here very simply. Removed by these 6 Phillips head screws right here that removes the bumper extension. And then the bumper molding right here is just a couple more tabs. Now also I realized too that I broke the housing that holds the Phillips head screw right here. These 2 right here are no longer good. I can't use those anymore. So now we're just left with the final, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually these 2. And then this one's good. So those 4 are fine and these 2 are no good. So anyways, yeah, pull these parts off and then throw the new parts onto the bumper, throw the whole bumper on the truck, and then once it's all attached to the truck, then wrap it tomorrow. We have some hopefully warmer weather because it's freezing right now and kind of raining. So anyways, that's the plan. Let's pull off the broken stuff, put the new stuff on, and that's pretty much it for tonight. All right guys, so the bumper pieces are now put onto the bumper here and it's not perfect, that's for sure. There's definitely some wiggle. It's pretty loose, but parts look good though, nice and new. But yeah, it's not holding down too well because the holes that these 2 screws should go into are broken. We can't screw them down anymore, so they're kind of just loose right there. And then as for the bumper molding piece here, we can't clip it in, because what it clips into is also broken. So that's also kind of loose. So we have enough of the bumper support here to plastic weld it onto that right there. And then that won't move at all. That'll be one with the bumper support. I know it's kind of a Mickey Mouse way of doing it, but it'll work fine for now. And I figured since I have to plastic weld it onto the bumper support, if I ever damage this part of the bumper again, have to replace that part, I mean, I'm just gonna replace the entire bumper support too. There's no point in trying to salvage this ever again, which I shouldn't be even doing right now. But since I don't have the part at the moment, I'm gonna weld it onto the bumper support there so it doesn't move. And then same for this right here. I'm gonna plastic weld that as well right onto this part of the bumper support too, so that won't go anywhere either. And that way everything will be nice and stable together. Nothing will be separating once it's all, you know, glued together essentially. Bumper back here on the truck, it's actually a lot more stable now than it was before. Putting the bumper back up on the truck, definitely still quite a bit of play, just not as much as there was before. Clip down right here, and there's a clip right there too, helping it, you know, sit more secure. And then once I throw the fender flare back on there, that should hold it down a bit better as well. But yeah, we'll throw some quick weld in there tomorrow for the time being until I pick up a new support, bumper support, and that should be fine for now. And then we'll wrap it up tomorrow. Tonight I'm gonna wire in all of the lights in the grill, and we'll throw in the teardrop lights tomorrow as well, and then wrap this whole corner up, and that's pretty much gonna be all there is to it. So yeah, that's pretty much all for tonight. See you guys tomorrow. So I ran to Walmart and picked up the JB Weld steel stick, and I gotta say, dude, this right here is the absolute truth. I've probably used this stuff 100 times or more over the years, and it's never let me down. This stuff is so strong, 4,000 strength PSI. It cures in an hour, but it sets in a couple of minutes. So essentially what I'm gonna do is use this stuff right here to create a permanent bond between the bumper and the bumper support behind it, where the clips broke that attach the bumper to that support. As you guys can see, it does look awesome. It looks amazing. These parts here are brand new, looking good. Rewrapped them, looking like nothing even happened. But when you go to, yeah, it's got some play. So definitely not good. We're gonna use this right here to fix that issue for the time being until we get a new bumper support. But honestly too, I feel like even if we were to just use this for the majority of the life of the truck, it would hold up just fine for the probably entire life of the truck. The stuff is really, really strong. But if we ever need to replace the bumper ever again, it's gonna have to get pried off of the bumper support and probably cause more damage to the support, which needs to be replaced anyways. So this right here is the perfect solution for the time being, or however long we choose to use it for. Let's pull out the packaging here, mix it up. We have a few minutes to throw it on there before it sets, and then an hour to cure. That's pretty much all there is to it. Life as a YouTuber has you doing a lot of things with one hand, and I gotta say, it's not very easy sometimes, so I'm gonna do my best to hold the camera for you guys. Everything all mixed in together, and it starts getting warm. Just have a couple of minutes now to put it into position, and then it'll start to kind of harden and eventually cure all the way through. But in the first couple of minutes is the most crucial time to get it on there. So far, I threw some quick steel in the area where the Phillips head screw used to go into, but the housing for it shattered right down there and up there as well. It holds down the bumper corner here, the whole bumper extension. So I used some quick steel right there, and I'll throw another piece up there as well. And then the clip here, the housing for it also broke. So I'll throw some more quick steel in there. That should remove the wiggling there, and we should be good to go. Mix it up, mix it up. I know you guys probably can't see too well, but just trust I know what I'm doing. Now the fun part, holding it in the same place for 5 minutes. And just like that, looking like nothing ever even happened. It looks amazing. I would give it the test for you guys, but it hasn't fully cured yet. But best believe when it does cure, that stuff is on there for the long haul. Now, I know a lot of you guys wanted me to do custom front bumper, and trust me, I would love a custom front bumper. It would greatly enhance the off-road performance of it and look awesome too. But I'm not the kind of person who keeps my vehicles for my entire life or until the wheels fall off. I don't keep vehicles very long. I might keep it 1 more year, 3 more years, 4 or 5 more years. I really have no idea. But that being said, when the time does come to resell it, I don't want to hurt the resale value of the truck, and I feel like that could hurt the resale value of the truck for a number of reasons. And one being putting yourself in the shoes of someone shopping for a vehicle. Now, I wouldn't buy a vehicle with, you know, custom off-road bumpers, because I would assume that person's beat that thing up off-road pretty good, and I don't want someone else's off-road beater. I want my own off-road beater that no one else beat up off-road. So yeah, that being said, I don't want to put off-road bumpers on my truck for the sake of resale value. When the time comes to resell it, I feel like it's just going to slim my market, and then also just not make it worth as much on the used car side of things. So anyways, yeah, it would be cool, but not for me. So hopefully we don't break anything else on the truck anytime too soon, because fixing things isn't quite as fun as modifying things. And we have a lot to do coming up here on the Jeep too. The Wrangler mods coming up here pretty soon, and a few more things coming up here very soon on the Tundra as well. So yeah, a lot of cool things coming, and we don't want to waste time fixing stuff. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and that's all I have for you guys for today. Catch you guys on the next one very soon. Till then, peace out.